Handley was coming off of a 4A state championship in Alabama. We were coming off of a state semifinal appearance last year. And, the game over in Roanoke last year was one of the best games or most memorable games I've ever been a part of. And I really felt like it was a big part of our season. And so preparing for the game was great to watch the focus from our kids and just the mental preparation. And it's such a big part of winning and losing ball games. And, I felt like that our kids were I felt like we played physical and we played fast throughout the game, and I'd like to talk about that as we talk a little more as the show goes on. But again, just our overall effort and focus from our boys was really special Friday night.
Well, talking about being special, there a lot of folks going through a hard time down in Texas, Louisiana, and just want to give a shout out, special thank you to our sponsor here this evening, Johnny's Pizza here in LaGrange on the Parkway across from the mall. Tomorrow on Tuesday, of course, it's a big day for them, but regular business all day long. Johnny's Pizza is going to donate 10% of all the food and drink that's purchased. 10% of that is going to go into a hurricane relief fund for those folks that are needing a lot of help down in South Texas and Louisiana. And just a big shout out to Johnny's Pizza here in LaGrange. I so much appreciate their sponsorship of Callaway Athletics and all that they do. Coach, as we get into the details of Friday night's game, I want you to just talk about your defense. Defense was just unbelievable.
It certainly was, and I just want to comment too on the hurricane and how it brings out. You really see a lot of good in people, and want to say thank you again for the folks here at this business for what they're doing, and all those people across America that's contributing to that. I think that's very special. But talking about our defense Friday night, I felt like our defense set the tone for the game. We played fast and we tackled really well. And to see what you work on day in and day out all year long, and to see the kids run to the ball and play physical. And during the game, we had 7 3-and-outs, and a lot of people don't realize what that means. But 7 times Handley went 3 and out, and that's really special. And our defense, our starters were on the field for only 30 plays. And I've coached a lot of ball games where an offensive guy will have 60 to 70 plays, and a defensive guy will have 60 to 70 plays. And, we weren't on the field a lot defensively, and that's just a shout-out right there to Coach Hubbard and the defensive staff about how well those kids played because, Handley's got a great football team. As we mentioned, they come off of a 4A state championship last year, and, Coach Strain does a great job, and they got good-looking kids, and our kids just really played well, and they stuck to our game plan, and we were able to create a turnover where we scored on. And, anytime you can score with your defense, it's really special. And that's the second week in a row we were able to do that. And those 3-and-outs. And, we break up our special teams into offense and defense. And our punt return is a part of our defense, and last week we had a block punt, and we had a block field goal, and this week our punt return, just to field the punch. DQ Wilson, even though it's not a big return, if you field the punt, that's worth 15 yards,
Sure.
And he caught every ball. And he still got good yards after every catch, and that's just really special. And those kids work hard every day on developing those skills. And that was a big part of our success Friday night. Jonathan Leonard led us in tackles at Will linebacker, and he's just all over. We talk about him every week,
right.
And he's all over the ball. Telly Fanning, Quay Hines had big nights. LaShawn Terrell, other defensive linemen did really well, setting the tone. And the back end of our defense, DQ Wilson, Kobe Jackson, Courtney Williams, those kids really played well Friday night.
Well, Coach, we're going to take a quick break. Again, big shout-out to Johnny's Pizza here in LaGrange on the Parkway across from the mall. This is Brandon Brooks with head football coach of your Callaway Cavaliers. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Deciding to sell or buy a home, this is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
All right, we have the flu shots in. We're going to start giving the flu shots out as of September 1 until we're through with the flu season. We have now the high dose in for 65 and older, and we're able to give flu shots to anyone 13 and older. And keep in mind, Coleman, that if any large group of people that has 20 or more shots, if they want to give us a call, we'll be glad to set up a time to do the flu shots on site.
Locally owned. That's Holmes Pharmacy, Commerce Avenue in LaGrange and in Hamilton.
LaGrange Packing is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank, same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When a football team ends up with 12 men on the field, it means somebody forgot to double check. And when you end up paying more for your car insurance than you need, it could also mean somebody forgot to double check. That's why State Farm will do a free discount double check by going through your policies to make sure you're getting all the discounts you deserve. Because those discounts mean big league savings. It pays to double check. Call your State Farm agent, Matt Orr, on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Now back to more Callaway Cavalier football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to Coach's Corner here at Johnny's New York Style Pizza in LaGrange on the Parkway across from the mall. Big-time win last Friday night for your Callaway Cavaliers, 35-0 over the Hanley Tigers. I'm Brandon Brooks here with head football coach Pete Wiggins of the Callaway Cavaliers. And just a shout-out to Johnny's Pizza and all they do in support of Callaway Athletics as well as the high schools and LaGrange College. Just a big supporter of athletics in our community. Scott, who's the food service manager, it's a joy to have you this evening. And thank you so much for having us here in your place. And I heard about a great event that you've got going on tomorrow where 10% of all proceeds that come in tomorrow are going to go to hurricane relief. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, tomorrow from open to close, our total sales of the day, we'll take 10% of that and donate it to the Red Cross for going directly to the Hurricane Harvey relief. And like I've said before, you can't do too much for these people. They'll spend months, if not years, trying to get their lives back together. So absolutely, whatever little bit we can do, we'll do our best. Well,
thanks so much. And so those of you that are listening, make sure at some point tomorrow come in, get you a pizza for lunch or tomorrow night for dinner. Bring the family. It's a great venue, and we always enjoy on Monday nights the Coach's Corner. Got a little special gift certificate for somebody. My understanding, we're about to draw for a $25 gift certificate.
All right, here we go.
35316.
35316. Somebody here in the restaurant, wherever you are, congratulations on that.
Draw another one.
Okay, drawing number 2.
Oh, we got a winner. Okay. There.
Got a winner.
All right.
Fantastic. $25 gift certificate to Johnny's Pizza, so they will definitely be back. Scott, thanks so much.
Guys,
I appreciate it.
Good to see y'all. We'll see y'all next Monday. And look, all you Cavaliers, come out and support us. Thank y'all.
Thank you a bunch.
Thank you, Scott. Well, big win Friday night, Coach, over the Hanley Tigers, the 4A defending state champions of Alabama. Big-time game last year. probably, and I've said this a number of times, but it was the best high school football game I've ever witnessed. As far as hard hitting, I mean, every player left it on the field. Just talk about last year's game and then coming into last Friday night, big time setting.
It really was, and last year I felt like that game helped build our season, and
sure.
it showed our kids how we could overcome adversity, and they really did, and we came from behind in the fourth quarter and ended up winning by 2 scores, and going into this thing last Friday night, our kids worked extremely hard in the mental preparation, day in and day out, in the film study and over at practice, and they were really into the game, and we were able to execute the things that the week before we didn't, and that made a big difference. And even though we had success the week before, I felt like we played a much better game. And as a coach, you always look for stepping stones of your team and progress of different groups and individuals, and I felt like we did that Friday night. And earlier I mentioned the defense. I'd like to talk a little bit about our offense.
Sure, absolutely.
And we scored 28 points against a really good Hanley football team. I told in our meeting today, I felt like it was the best our offensive line has played in several games, and they graded out really well, and I felt like that we played physical. I was really proud of Jalen Moss, LT, Cameron, KJ, John Curtis. Those kids played really hard, and I'll include Travis Traylor in that group. He played extremely hard. Those guys played physical. We got a couple of penalties that we got to do better at, because that'll cost us down the road, and we got to get through that. Had one procedure call. Sapp had a big catch and a hard hit. He received a big lick after the catch, but he held on to the ball. That was a big play for us. Got us a first down. Our receivers did really well, stalk blocking, had some big catches, had some catches that were for short gains, but ended up making big plays out of them. Our backs ran hard. We had 3 backs that averaged over 6 yards a carry, and that was really special. DJ Atkins, Tank Bigsby, and Quay Hines. And then number one, I want to talk about Taterbug, Kedrick Ramsey. The maturity he showed, or the poise he showed from our scrimmage game to game 1 to this game was really impressive.
Sure,
He made some decisions. He threw the ball into the ground several times when the receiver wasn't there, or they had the screen sniffed out, and he made some really good decisions. That from a coach's standpoint, I saw a lot of progress, and I know Coach Napier and Coach Neighbors and Coach Donay were really proud of their position groups, and as I was from the offensive line. And again, it was a solid effort against a really good football team, a well-coached football team in Hanley, and so I don't want to overlook the special team. We did a good job covering kickoffs. I felt like that Noah Stevens did a great job kicking the ball. We were able to get good height on the ball, and we covered the kicks well. And what that does for you is it gives the other team a longer field to have to travel when they get the ball. So all that goes hand in hand as far as field position and our offense and defense working together. And again, I was really proud of our kids' effort Friday night.
Well, a lot of ground to cover as we talk about the big win last Friday night as your Callaway Cavaliers defeat the Hanley Tigers 35-0. And we'll be right back right after these important messages. We're here at Coach's Corner, Johnny's New York-style pizza in LaGrange on the Parkway across from the mall. We'll be right back.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results, because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships. There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
If you're a renter, you may never know why your landlord starts lawn care at 7 a.m. every Sunday, or why your car is the goal line for the neighbor kids' soccer games. You may also not know State Farm can save you hundreds by combining your auto and renter's insurance. So protect your car and your stuff with one good neighbor, your State Farm agent. It could save you time and money. One more way, we're here to help life go right.
Visit your LaGrange State Farm agent, Mabel Smith Sharp, online at letmabelquote.com.
LaGrange knows leadership when they see it. As mayor for 4 years, Jim Thornton has proven he's a leader who cares, who unites people, and who gets things done.
I'm Jim Thornton, and I'm running for re-election to keep bringing new jobs and businesses to our city, to maintain public safety, and to enhance the quality of life for all residents. I'm asking for your vote on November 7th for another term. Learn more about me and my plans at jimthornton.org.
A vote for Jim Thornton is a vote for progress. Let's re-elect Jim Thornton for mayor of LaGrange.
Now back to more Callaway Cavalier football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Coach's Corner. I'm Brandon Brooks here with head football coach of the Callaway Cavaliers, Coach Pete Wiggins. Just a shout-out to Johnny's Pizza here in LaGrange on the Parkway across from the mall. All that they do to support Callaway athletics and all of the athletics throughout the high schools and college at LaGrange College around town. Just a quick shout-out to them. Tomorrow, all day long, Coach, 10% of the proceeds are going to hurricane relief victims. So if you're listening, come on and stop by Johnny's Pizza, pick you up some food for lunch or for dinner, bring the family out, get a to-go order, whatever. But 10% of those proceeds are going to those in a lot of need down in western, southeastern Texas, as well as Louisiana. Coach, last Friday night against Hanley, big-time win, 35-0. But if you would, just spend just a few minutes on the atmosphere. It was absolutely electric.
It was crazy. And, the amount of fans that Hanley brought, but the amount when you turn around and look up at the red shirts up in those bleachers and the amount of people around the fence and to see our student section, those kids were going nuts. And, they were throwing confetti and on and on and on throughout the game. And, I don't really see it until we get back Friday night and we watch film way on into the morning. We sat there until 3 a.m. and you watch the end zone view. And I want to talk about the end zone view and Mr. Sledge and why I'm talking about this. But you can see the stands and you can see the atmosphere that during the game I'm pretty focused in and I don't really notice a lot of stuff. Right. But our cheerleaders, our band, and then our student section, they were rocking Friday night, and they just make it so special for our kids. And then the atmosphere at Callaway Stadium. Anyway, it just adds so much to it. But leading up to that, I want to say a big thank you to Miss Patterson. She provided our pregame meal Friday. And I'm going to tell you something, Brandon. It was off the chain. It was a beef brisket and smoked chicken and potatoes and green beans, and it was really, really good. And our kids, you always know how good the pregame meal is by how quiet or not the atmosphere is when there's 110 boys sitting in the room eating. And there was a lot of silence there. And they were they really enjoyed the meal. And I want to say thank you to Miss Patterson for the pregame meal. I want to say thank you to Coach Donay for our devotion. It's always really special. He does a great job with our Devo before each game, and that's really special to what we're trying to do with the kids, and that's just a bigger picture than the game of football. But again, I appreciate his efforts. I want to say thank you to our coaches' wives. I don't say that enough, and again, all of our coaches' wives do so much, and I ask a lot of our staff, and we're away from home a whole bunch, and I appreciate our coaches' wives for everything they do. I mentioned Mr. Sledge earlier as far as that end zone view. Mr. Sledge and Adam, Miss Sledge, they film our games, and they do a great job. We have 3 different views, from that we get to see from the job that they do, and it really makes film sessions a lot better. And he makes us a little highlight video that we play at the school on Fridays, and it's really, really a cool thing. And I just want to say thank you to the Sledges for their effort and what they do. And our coaching staff, I see Mr. Cody Anderson sitting over there right now, but they put a lot of time into the kids, and they're good men, and they're not only good football coaches, but they're good people, and that helps make our team a lot better and our school a lot better. I just want to say thank you to our coaching staff. But your question was about the atmosphere. I thought it was incredible. I thought that Mr. Philip Richardson was on the music, and it was really rocking, and the jumbotron up there had good stuff going on, and it was it's what Friday nights are supposed to be. And,
absolutely.
It just makes it a lot of fun. I know, particularly when you can win the ball game and things go like you want it to go, that makes it even better too. But it was a really special night, Friday night at Callaway Stadium.
Well, there's nothing like being under the lights, especially if you're a part of the Callaway family. And talking about family, there's so much that goes on to making that Friday night special, not only for the players but also for those in attendance. And you have definitely built a great program where you've got a lot of support, whether it's business or parents, administration. I mean, all the teachers and admin that show up at the games that support, and everything that goes into that Friday night is just really special.
It really does, and that gentleman we got doing our announcing does a great job too. And I just want to say thank you, Brandon, for the job you do and what you put into our school. It means so much to us. And you mentioned our administration. I appreciate Mr. Laney and all of our administrators for what they do, and a special thank you to Coach Eric Woods and Coach Petit. Those guys do a lot of stuff behind the scenes that nobody really knows, and they don't get recognized a lot of times. And they're 2 of our assistant ADs, and those 2 guys they work really hard, and they do a lot of great stuff at Callaway High School. But again, it was a great atmosphere Friday night, and we were able to play really physical and play fast from a defensive standpoint. Offensively, we put 28 points up, and I was really proud of our offensive line. I was proud of Kedrick Ramsey for his leadership, and our backs and receivers played extremely hard. And again, when you can beat a quality football team, a team that's got ball players and are well coached, it's a good feeling. But at this point, you have to put all that behind you, and you have to move on to the next week. And we've got a 5A school coming in here Friday night in Columbus. Coach Marino does a great job, and last year it was a tough game for us down in Columbus, and they got really big bodies up front on the offensive line. They got good skilled people, and they just, out of pure numbers, that's a big school compared to a AA school in Callaway, and so they got depth, and we just got to do what we do. We got to go out and prepare just like we always do, and keep that good mental mindset, and get ready for Friday night, because as good as this past week was, well, it's over now, and we put that behind us, and let's move on to Columbus. And we had a good day of practice today, and the kids are, again. We enjoyed Friday and Saturday, but it's time to move on now to the next opponent, and we'll have a good one rolling in here Friday night.
Well, that's great. It's going to be an exciting time. Columbus is going to roll in Friday night. We'll be at Callaway Stadium. Kickoff time's at 7:30, and really excited about that opponent as they come in. Like you said, Coach, they gave us some trouble last year, but we were able to come out on top, and hopefully we can do that again. A couple of other things, I don't know if we mentioned specifically, but they go on behind the scenes on a Friday night. But just kudos to the band, the cheerleaders, that whole group. Really just another element of making Friday night special.
It sure is, and those young people work extremely hard, and our band's at school all summer long, and they're working hard, and Mr. Walmsley does a great job. And I want to mention mention Coach Tricia Turner. She took our cheerleading team to the Georgia game on Saturday, and she sent me several pictures, and those young ladies were really having fun Saturday in Athens, and that was really a cool thing. And I want to say, and I'm going to miss somebody, but again, just to, once I got home, you and I had the show Saturday morning and do a little laundry and some grass cutting, and you get home and cut on the TV and you see Tez was injured, but you got Tez Parks' team playing Southern Miss, and you got little T. Godwin playing at Georgia. Keyshawn Freeman's playing tonight, and it's just really good stuff. When Braylon Sanders, at Ole Miss, get to see them on TV, and they did a little interview with their head coach, and the first name he mentioned was Braylon Sanders,
right.
And that's what it's all about, is to see those young people go on and be successful. Keyshawn plays tonight against Tennessee. Mike Freeman played Thursday at Mercer, and there's a big win. He had 2 tackles and a fumble recovery.
Right.
And I can say a bunch of names. There's 15 or 16 of them playing on Saturday somewhere, and that's really special. And it tells a whole lot about the work ethic of our kids, and I think the situation, the coaches have put them in good situations, and it tells a whole lot about mamas and daddies too. And so I'm really proud of our Cavaliers, and what they show on Friday nights and what they show on Saturdays and during the week.
Well, Coach, it's always a joy, and just special thank you to Johnny's Pizza here in LaGrange on the Parkway across from the mall. Thanks again for having us along this evening. Coach's Corner. I'm Brandon Brooks with head football coach of the Callaway Cavaliers, Coach Pete Wiggins. We'll be right back.
Thanks for listening to Callaway Cavaliers Coach's Corner, live from Johnny's New York Style Pizza in LaGrange on WELR Eagle 102.3.
Welcome back, everybody, to Coach's Corner. I'm Brandon Brooks here with head football coach Pete Wiggins, the Callaway Cavaliers. Johnny's Pizza here on the Parkway across from the mall. Just a quick reminder, tomorrow, all proceeds all day long, 10% of those are going to the hurricane victims down in Texas and Louisiana. So come out, pick you up some lunch, get a to-go deal, do whatever, but support Johnny's Pizza tomorrow. And in doing so, you're supporting those hurricane victims who so desperately need our support from the LaGrange area. Coach, it's always a joy. Big night this Friday night. Kickoff is at 7:30. We're playing Columbus. Are you boys going to be ready on this short week?
We got to get ready. I think they'll be ready. They're excited about just another opportunity, another big game for us. We had a good day of practice today, and we just got to get ready for Friday night. But also, I want to reiterate what you were saying. A lot of good folks here and at Johnny's Pizza, and we appreciate having us out. You see a lot of happy faces sitting around here eating pizza. It's about time for you and I to go get a slice of pizza. But anyway, big thank you for letting us be here tonight.
Sounds good. Well, thanks so much for having us along this evening. From the Callaway family to yours here at Coach's Corner. Johnny's Pizza. I'm Brandon Brooks with head football coach Pete Wiggins of the Callaway Cavaliers. We'll see you Friday night, Callaway Stadium, 7:30 kickoff against Columbus. Take care.